Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with our employees smart app. So we're going to continue creating our employees smart app. So for those who have been following our series about employees app, so we are going to enhance this application so that we are able to actually see how this goes along. So one thing that I want us to do today is I want us to create another page for login screen. So we are going to create a page for login screen here. So I'll just do here, so login page. So that is our page. And as you can see, we now have our login page and we also have our XAML.cs. So sorry, this is actually a view, content view. So we should actually ensure that we are creating, let's take this. We should ensure that we are creating the content page and not the content view. So I'll just do content page here. Then I'll just say login page. So then we have our login page here. So you can see, so I'll try to zoom in. So this is our screen, as you can see, and we have this is our login page here. So I want us to install some NuGet packages. So one is if you come here, right click, then manage NuGet packages. Then we need to install some NuGet packages. So one of them is I want us to install REFIT. So just install REFIT. So we have REFIT here. So I want you to install these three here. You have the REFIT, and you also client factory, and even there we go, this one, and also Newtonsoft. So there we go, apply. Also install the Newtonsoft. So once we do that, is I want us to also install Fluent validation, this one. So install that one, and also the dependency injection extensions. So and also this one. So once we have those ones, so I also want us to install. I want us to also install MVVM helpers. So just do MVVM helpers. We actually call it refactored MVVM helpers. So it is actually telling us this package is duplicated. So we need to use community toolkit. Yes. So just install community toolkit MVVM. So we are going to install that. So those are some of the packages that I want us to install. So if we check our app, it is telling us the list page, there's something there, but that's cool. But now, after doing that, I want us to ensure that for every page that you are creating, ensure that you have a corresponding view model. So I'll be saying employees list page, then view model. So that is how I'll be naming my view model. So every page will be having their corresponding view model. So you can see you have my employees. Then I can actually have my constructor there. So I just do CTO. Then I have my constructor. The same case for our login page. Just do login page view model. So that is how I'll be defining my view models. So I'll just do a view model. So once you have that, public, and just do public, and then we have that. So we are going today, so I'll also do CTO. So we are going today to create our login screen and also our login page for our application. So let's just start. So we need to make some modification to our login page XAML file. So, but before we do that, I want us to do something that we are going to use. So recently, I want to actually tell you guys, recently, we have actually been given some controls, that is around 14 controls by Syncfusion. So we are going to use it in our mobile app. So what I want us to do today is I want us to install some of those NuGets that we are going to use, and it's actually free, and we are going to use them. So if you want to see how we are going to do that, so let's just install them. So go right click, then manage NuGet packages. Then on the browse, we are going to install some NuGet packages that so that we are actually going to use. So one is the Syncfusion. So we actually have a toolkit. So it's actually Syncfusion .maui.toolkit. You see, this is it. See, so this package contains the Syncfusion toolkit components for .NET MAUI, and it's actually free. So if you install that, we will actually be using some of these some of the components there, like the buttons, the charts, and even some input sections like the text boxes. So if you install that, you should be able to check if that is installed. You see it is actually green in color now. And if you go to Android section here, you'll notice that under the packages, we have the syncfusion.maui.toolkit. So that is how you actually first install that. But now let's go and define now our login screen. So on our login page here, let's just we can actually retain the vertical layout, remove that. Then I want us to have something. So on our login screen here, we should actually tell our application that this is our login screen and we don't need the navigation bar. So just do shell. Then navbar is feasible, just do false. Then we say here login, or we call this employee smart app. So this is our employee smart app. Then I want us to introduce a grid. So I'll just do grid here. So we have our grid. But our grid, I want us to have to also define the horizontal options. So we are going to say this is fill and expand. We can define also vertical options. We say this is fill and expand. So then we can do a row spacing. So just do row spacing. We can do here 0. Then we also define the padding. So I'll do here 20, 50, then 20, then 0. So you can actually be altering that as we go along. So that is how my app now looks like. So inside our grid, I can actually do grid, then I'll define my row definitions. And you can see it has actually given us some of the suggestions. So I'll try to close this. So I'll just do grid definitions. So it has given me around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need, so here we'll just do height auto, then auto. I also need, so you can actually be defining this as we go along. But one thing inside here, I want us now to define some of this. So I'll just begin with the label. I say grid. So this will be grid. Then we say .row. They had actually given us the suggestion. So let's do grid. You see that is the suggestion. So we'll just do enter. And we have, sorry, I need that suggestion there. I'll just do grid, tap. It's not grid. I do grid. Let's just do grid dot row. So this is dot row equals to 0. So this is our first row. Then you say text is welcome to employee smart app. Then I can actually do even the font size. So I'll do here font size. I can do, let's just have it as 24. You can also do the font attributes. You can bold or italize. It depends on how you want it. Then we can also do text color. So if you do text color, you can actually check the color that you want to use. So all these colors, where do you find them? So if you go to resources, we have the fonts, images, and also you have the styles and colors. So these are all the colors that you want. So instead of actually hard coding the colors, you can always add the colors here and you can reuse them. So that is it. So let's go back to our login page. So that is our text. So the next thing that we need to do is we can actually define our horizontal options. So we want this to be at the center. So we do center and expand, then we close our label. So once we have closed our label, then we need to define we can add another label here. So then we say grid, so grid.row. So that will be number 1. Then we say we want the text. So our text will be login to account. Then you can actually close this, and we can have some text color for that particular text color. You can say this is let's call this brown. So that is it. You can also have our horizontal options. We say this is center and expand, and you can also define some. You can also define some attributes, or we can leave it. So another thing that I want us to do is we can actually have a box view here. So you can do box view. Then we say this is grid. Don't know why the tab doesn't work. So then we can say this is number 2, and we can close that. Then here, I want us to also have the label. So we can have here a grid, then a row. Then we can say this is so we can say this is row 3, and we can actually say text here is username. So that is username. We can have the text color. We say this is let's just do brown. Then we can have also our horizontal options. So this one should be at the start. So we say start and expand, and we can close that. So after we have our label, we also need our entry. So you see, this has given us our entry, which is number 4, and we say there enter your name. But now remember, we install Syncfusion.maui.toolkit. So I want us to see how we are going to actually utilize that. So to use our Syncfusion, so let's just go to Maui program.cs class. So we need to change something here. So what we need to do is under Maui builder. So here, this is how it looks. Use Maui app. So I want us to introduce something here. So I want us to do .configure. So I want us to do configure sync. So just do configure sync fusion toolkit. Then just do that. Then it will actually ask you to import something. So it will ask you to import using Syncfusion maui.toolkit.hosting. So once we do that, then we should be good to go. But now I want us to now start using our inputs. So the input that we have on our login page here, this one, entry, I want us to change it to actually use our Maui Syncfusion toolkit. So one thing that I want us to do now is I want us to define something on our login page here. So here, I want us to do, so let's just do, so I want us to do this XMLS. Then we can do those controls. So let's just have them. Then I also want us to do here. This should be, let's just do here. Let's call this input. So then I want us to do this namespace. Then instead of this one, I want us to change this to sync. So we have the Syncfusion toolkit.text input. So I want us to use that. So let's just take Syncfusion toolkit. Then I want us to say here dot text, but we can actually leave it. So let's just use Syncfusion toolkit. But now on our input, so on our input, we need to ensure that we are actually using text. Here we are actually using text input layout. So we need to ensure that you're actually using text input layout. So you see, you can actually even add and import specific input. So the next thing here is now to use the input. So on our entry here, I want to say, you can actually say input. So we are now going to use our input. So we are going to do input. Then you see it is telling us SF text input layout. So you pick that. Then you can now remove the placeholder, which is now not making any sense. Then we can even have an int. We say this is username. We can also, instead of now placeholder, we say helper text. So we do helper text, and you can say here enter your username. So that is our helper text. Then let me just, I like having this way, so we can do so that it's a bit visible. So I'll just do that. So sorry. So the next thing that we need to do now is here we can also do, we have done horizontal options. You can also do here, you can have the container type, we say outlined. Then you can also do here error text. You can even have the error text here defined. So you say please enter valid username, but you are going to use Fluent validation, so don't worry, we are going to come back and map this. So after you are done with that, then the next thing that you need to do is actually provide the so you need to provide the entry. So then you say here text, so we don't need to provide the text. Then we can actually close it, and here we can you can add some behaviors if you want to, but for me I'm going to leave it that way. So we say here let's just say if there is anything that we need to add, we say keyboard. You can have keyboard, say this is text. Any other thing that you can define, you can actually check on this particular. So you can have the maximum property. You can, so we'll be actually checking some of these property as we go along. So because we have now defined our text input, so we can actually copy this and we have it down here. So this will be number 5, and you also have these as number 6. Then this will not be this will be text input, but remember it is for password. So here we'll say enter, we say enter password. So this is enter password, and also here we can say enter username. Then hint here will be password. This is okay. Then we can say enter your password. Then the name will be password entry. Then here we say the error is enter valid password. So you can say enter valid password. So once you enter that, you can also specify the kind of text here. So we see keyboard. So we say here is password. So we say here this is so let's just, it should be here. So we say is password. This is true, it's actually a password. Then the password, maybe we say the keyboard, the password is maybe numbers. or text. So you can say maybe the password is numeric. Maybe you are entering a PIN. So that is one way on how you can define that. Then down here, you can also define the buttons. So you can also define the button. So here I'll just do that. So this will define for me my button. So here I'll be having login. So let me just do, then I can remove this. Sorry. I think there is something wrong there. So here I'll do that. I'll do that, do that, and actually do that. So as we are defining this, so I'm going to remove this. So on our button, we can have so this is the login, you have the color, you have the text color, and also we can have the corner radius. I'll just do corner radius. I say this is 20. And so that is for my button. But now I can also separate this with the box view. So I'll just do here box view. Sorry, see, this is a box view. Yes. Then this will be 8 now. So you have my box view there. So my button is that is the login button, and I can add something down here. But now let's confirm our. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, we are at number 8. So I want us to add here 1, 2, 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need to have these as 8. It's actually 9. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is our login page. So let's just add this on our app shell. And instead of having this as home, we can actually have these as so let's just add it here as a login page down here. But remember, we'll be changing this to be the first page whenever you just start the app. So we say this is login. So if we relaunch our app, we should now be able to see this login page of ours and see how it looks like. So we are going to enhance this login page and ensure that we are actually adding more content to it, so that we can even bind it with our model and even try to access an API. So we are going to do all those in our series. So if you are new to this channel and you've not subscribed, consider subscribing. We notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you have not subscribed. So if you're one of them, consider subscribing. So this is our app. It's launching. So let's just see if there's any progress going on. So this is not an error per se. This is not an error. So let's just see the progress. So our app is launching. So let's just wait and see. So our app is launching. So there we go. So it has generated the APK and it has found the device to launch on. So this is our app down here that we are actually building on. So you'll even change the logo and even update some of the dashboard. And we'll also design the dashboard for our app. So if you want to see how this comes up, so just subscribe to our channel, comment down below. And in case you need to access the source code, you can always access the source code, and we are going to share the source code. So something went wrong there. So let's just relaunch. We have our app. Let's just wait and see. So there we go. So it's building. And there you can see. So here we have our login page. So if we click on the login page, you can see this is now how our login page looks like. But we can actually now check on the styles and even do more on that. So the colors here for the input text seems to be errors. So let's just change that to black. So let's have that as black. Let's have that as black, and also this one as black. Where is it? And also this one as black. Then this one also as black. So you can see now our app, the way it looks. So we have this input text. So if you just type in, so you're able to type in. And also for the password, you see the keyboard here is now pinned. So you can actually type in, and you can see it is actually even a password. So you see those input styles. So what we are going to do is also minimize the height of these particular styles. So, and we are going to do that to ensure that we have our screen. So here we can say employees. So let's just change this to employees smart app. So if you do that, you can see our employees smart app, how it looks, and you can see this is our login screen. You can enter the password and everything. So we are going to change the style of our login screen and even bind it to our view model. So I'm going to stop there for today. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing and like it, and also see you in our next episode. Bye.